Well, apparently it's called the Thing. What is it? And more importantly, what is it worth? Keep watching to find out. Welcome to Lot 76 Cars. My name's Simon. Today I'm at the Ascot Racecourses for Historic's first sale of 2026. Fantastic collection of cars to take you around. I'm going to show you my picks. I'm going to tell you what the guide prices are, and more importantly, I'm going to tell you what they actually sold for. So sit back and enjoy the show. So lot 110, guided at £10,000 to £15,000, is this curious looking vehicle. It's a VW Type 181, known as the Thing in the USA. I don't understand that either. Known as Trekker in other markets, and they continue to be built in markets like Mexico. So this is a 1978 vehicle built in Mexico. Again, you can see some characteristic Beetle parts there. I can certainly identify the lights and the indicators. I mean, it is pretty wash it out and go territory, isn't it? I mean, we're talking about pretty basic, not a lot in the way of instrumentation there. Bare metal, well, you want bare metal, eat your heart out. It's even got a bit of storage space and a very rudimentary looking hood. Honestly, that would make a very unique entry to many classic car shows in the UK. Very interested to see what that actually goes for. I just noticed the Beetle lights at the back, the larger Beetle lights at the back. Now look just a tad too big on that one. What's it worth? Well, as always, the auction will decide. So without further ado, let's find out, shall we? Guided at a not inconsiderable £14,000 to £17,000 is a Mark II Alan Mann tribute. Now, Alan Mann, for avoidance of doubt, was the guy that ran the racing team on behalf of Ford Motor Company when they were pretty stretched back in the 60s. He ran the racing team in those iconic colours. Now, this car has been restored to a very, very high standard and modified, but it still only started at a 1300 Deluxe. Now, despite all of that, and that quite nice plate, Ken, if you're Ken and you want one of these, you're in the right place, Ken 152G. Would you spend that money for something which is a recreation? It's cheap for a fraction of what one of these would actually cost, but quite honestly, what one of the real ones should cost, I should say. But is it worth that to you? I don't know, to be honest with you. It is very well done. Oh, it's open. Should we have a look inside? Of course we shall. It's got a Lotus Cortina badge. It's got all the bits. It's got the right temperature. The instrument binnacle I think the GT's had. Mark II aficionados, correct me if I'm wrong, as I may well be. I'm doing this on the hoof, so to speak. It looks in pretty good order, to be fair. As always, it's not what we think. It's what the buyers on the day are going to pay for it. And will they be prepared to get this anywhere near that guide price? Possibly. Let's see, shall we? So apologies here as we dodge the rain and people trying out cars in the background, but this is a rather beautiful Gilburn Invader from 1972, guided at only £10,000 to £14,000. And when I say only, it's had a huge amount of money spent on it. I think the invoices for £14,000. I think these have the Ford so-called Essex engine in. We'll take a look inside. It is really, really rather nice. Unfortunately, I'm sorry, the weather is not enabling me to show this car to its full potential, but if it is open, I did see the pictures online and I was quite impressed by what they've done to the interior. The interior is beautifully done. Look, it's got the Gilburn emblem in the seats. Lovely leather interior, probably far better than how it came out of, well, say the factory. It didn't. This was built at home by the owner. You could finish these cars off at home and get round purchase tax. Does look rather nice in there, doesn't it? I think that one could do really deservedly rather well. There is A lot to like about that car. Really is a lot to like about it. Well, let's see, shall we? So apologies for the noise of the rain if the mic's picking that up, but this is a beautiful UK supplied BMW E3 3 litre SI. I guess the precursor to the 7 and the 5 Series, really the start of BMW's 6-cylinder saloon range. It's got the M30 cylinder engine, which is a beautiful engine, and pumping out about 200 horsepower. Now this one is a manual. Now it's a stalled restoration. The owner took it on, didn't manage to really give it the time it deserved to bring it back to into a full recommissioned use. But you know what, as a starting point, it might be a cracking place to start. It's certainly unusual colour, isn't it? I don't know what it's like inside. Maybe it's open. Oh, it is open as well. At least we can get the camera out the rain for a few minutes. Yeah, it smells like it's been stored for a while. You may need to invest in a few air fresheners. But actually, seats look lovely, don't they? Great condition and very comfortable. Manual, as I mentioned, which must be super, super desirable. Doesn't look in the door shuts to be rotten or anything like that. Beautiful colour, shuts with a nice thunk. The original, and it looks like the original dealer plates, Peter West Motors of Normandy, Normandy Road, Scunthorpe. Yeah, I could see that one making pretty reasonable money. So let's see, shall we? So we're going to brave the rain now and step outside and look at this 1991 Maserati Biturbo SE, built and designed by Zagato. So built and designed during the Alessandro de Tomaso period. This car is guided at only £10,000 to £15,000, which doesn't look bad value at all, does it really? It's got the same engine as the turbo, the 2 litre V6, and it looks half decent, doesn't it really? I'm not sure if this particular one's open or not. Right hand drive, so it may be an original. Oh, it is UK supplied car. It does look rather nice inside, doesn't it? I love that sort of Alcantara feel to the dash top there. Seats look in good order. It's got a little bit of space in the back. I'd like a 4-seater convertible at some stage. Maybe that would fit the bill. Am I brave enough for the maintenance of a Maserati? I don't quite know. Well, let's see if other people are and whether they're going to put their hand in their pocket for this Zagato designed and built beauty. Let's see, shall we? Well, lot number 149 disproves the myth that all the Dodge Chargers were destroyed in Dukes of Hazzard episodes. But guided at £22,000 to £28,000 is this Dodge Charger so-called special edition to so-called Brougham spec. Apparently supplied to a guy called Larry Hefner on the 10th of May by City Dodge in North Carolina. So the additional spec of this car includes an uprated interior, better air conditioning apparently, and doesn't it look rather grand? I love that pillarless coupe look. We'll have a look inside. The doors, I mean, the doors are mighty, mighty heavy. That bench seat in the front, it's even got the original 8-track stereo. You just might pick that up in there. Just let me take you round into the back. There's not quite as much room as you would imagine, as always with many of these cars. It does look rather nice, doesn't it? Somebody will tell me whether that's the correct badging or not, some of our American viewers. But if you can afford the fuel bills, and that you will be filling up very often, that may be the car for you. It looks magnificent, doesn't it? What do you think? Worth the guide price or not? Let's see, shall we? So I hope you liked the video so far. Please like, share and subscribe it if you have. If you consider giving the video a hype, it would certainly be put out by YouTube to a wider audience. And without further ado, let's go and look at the rest of these cars, shall we? So guided at £23,000 to £30,000 is Toyota's answer to Defender, the FJ40 Type B, a 1970 car, ex-Malaysian car, and apparently does come out and presented at the auction as exactly factory specification. Now, you know, somebody may challenge me on that in the comments section, but it does look rather original, doesn't it? Love the Toyota period badging. Might need to change those screws to some galvanized ones, might be wise. Let's have a look inside, shall we? Is it open? Well, obviously that Malaysian climate has protected the trim pretty much, or certainly pretty rudimentary back there. Of course, bench seats in there as well. Obviously Malaysian market car right hand drive, which is pretty handy for us here in the UK, and in absolutely superb order, isn't it? You know what, I think given the rarity of that, given its right hand drive, that could well be worth that sort of money to the right person. Now this is a pretty rare colour, and yes, I did have to cheat and check what it was. It's called Alamo Beige, but there's no mistaking, it's a 1959 MGA. It's been the subject of an extensive restoration, and it's guided at only £15,000 to £20,000. Now I think it might do better than that one, to be honest with you. Massive success both in the home market and in the USA, and this particular car did spend much of its life in the USA before coming back and enjoying this full restoration. It's got the heritage certificate, so it's got a proven history that it did come out of the factory in Alamo Beige. The paint looks really honest looking, doesn't look like it's been repainted. The rubbers look pretty good around the windscreen. I guess parts for MGAs are pretty much readily available. I would have thought, such a worldwide following of them. What do you think of the colour? I think the colour combination with that sort of burgundy interior, I think it actually works really, really well. Super, isn't it? Well, £15,000 to £20,000. What's it worth? Well, let's find out, shall we? So originally registered in Southend, lot number 171 is a pretty rare untouched Golf GTI. Now this one's done, I think, less than 40,000 miles, and it's offered without reserve. And I guess it's offered without reserve because they do believe it will do rather well. I mean, it does look absolutely genuine in there, to be honest with you. If it's been prepared, it's been done in a very sympathetic way, hasn't it? We'll try and have a bit of a closer look in a second. F-plated, 89, I think I mentioned. A lot of these cars came, earlier ones, without power steering and things like this. It's the more desirable 3-door body shell rather than the 5-door body shell, which some people seek out. It does look rather splendid, doesn't it? There is the odd mark on it, but I'm talking about something that's 30 years old plus. Or inside, door cards are good. Dash is uncracked, that high dash. It's got a Blaupunkt. I'm not sure it's a modern day Blaupunkt, made to look like an older one. Seats look pretty much unmarked. Bolsters validate the mileage. Of course, it's got the Golf gear stick. That's what you'd expect. Doesn't it look nice? Well, it'll be interesting to see what money that actually makes. Somebody's going to get an absolutely cracking car for the 26 classic car season with that one, aren't they? So this can only be the Tom Carron designed Bond Bug. So Tom Carron also designed the Rally Chopper. So he had a varied career. I think he working for Ogle Design. Now, lot number 175 is guided at £14,000 to £18,000. It's a lot for one of these, but it is in splendid condition. I do have a lot of time for these. I'm not sure how they drive. Now, originally they were produced by Bond. Bond produced a range of 3-wheelers and were taken over by Reliant. And Reliant, I think, out of all the range of 3-wheelers, I think Reliant only continued to produce the Bond Bug. But this particular example, as you can see here, it is absolutely spotless. There's not a hint of a crack in the paint. Looking at this, slight mark there, though, actually. Maybe that'll rub out, polish out. Decals look correct, as I remember them, of course. I mean, honestly, aren't they? They're just cute, aren't they? There's something about those. But that is strong money, and you've got to really want one of these, given it's a relatively limited market, but they don't come to market very often. Well, let's see, shall we? Without further ado, let's see what our friends at the auctions think, shall we? Now, I did see lot 181 in the catalogue and thought, how can an MG Special be worth 60 to 70,000 pounds? Now, it has got a space, I think it's a space frame body, rolled aluminium panels. I mean, quite honestly, it's very nicely done. Whether those rivets on the outside appeal to you or not, I don't know. But I'm struggling with the guide price of that one, really. Yes, it's pretty. Yes, it's based on an MGA Mechanicals. Can you see the value in that one? I can't. I may be totally wrong on this one, but that may not find a new owner. So we're going to have to get slightly wet today if we want to see all the cars we want to see. Now, this particular one, lot number 183, is an Escort Mark IV laser van. Now, when I first saw that one, I did a bit more research because I saw what it said on it. I thought, well, surely, did they ever make a laser van? But apparently it is very exceptionally rare 1.6 petrol. It is a previous award win at the Ford Classic Show, and it's guided at £9,000 to £12,000. Now, I'll try and put in a shot somewhere of the brochure on this one. So I did some brochure searching. It is a thing, and it's a thing of beauty, actually. If you're a bit sad like me and like period Fords, oh, it's open as well. Look, okay, maybe need to source a few parts there like the grab handles, but the dashes of the Fords of this period were far better than the previous ones. Oh, it's got a separate cooling fan, probably a very wise precaution. The load area, not sure if you can see into the load area, it's a bit dark in there, apologies, but it does look as good. The seats don't look worn. Obviously, it's got if somebody's got a door card kicking around out there, that needs a door card on it. Actually, you know what? I think that's probably worth every penny of that guide price to a Ford collector, because whoever's restored this has done an absolutely splendid job on it, haven't they? What do you think? Would you give that sort of money for an Escort van? Well, let's see if anybody agrees with me on that, shall we? Now, I know what you're asking. I need armoured protection, but on a budget. Well, have we got the thing for you? It's an 84 Mercedes 500 SEL armoured. 24 to 30,000 pounds guide price will buy you one of these. Now, I'm not sure how well the armouring would work these days. It's certainly got the run flat tyres. It looks like it's got the attachments to stick the flags on there. You see the run flat tyres and wheels. I presume they're run flat. Now, the doors on these will be super heavy. If you know anything about armoured cars, oh, they are massively heavy. I don't like you trap your fingers in those. Wait till that shuts. Yeah, it shuts all by itself, but not with my fingers in it, hopefully. In the back, exactly the same. You can see the thickness of the glass. I'm really struggling to open that one here. You can see where the additional width of the glass has been accommodated. It's rather nice inside, I have to say. The problem with these cars is that that glass, and I think that's an example over there, tends to delaminate. The armoured glass is made up of several layers of normal glass, and they do over time delaminate. It sits low to the ground, probably with all that weight. I think they weigh something like a ton more than the standard car. I'm not sure what home that is going to go for, but let's see whether it can find a home. So you want an Amphi car on a budget? Well, why don't you buy one in a kit form? It is lot number 192, guided at still a not inconsiderable 25 to 30,000 pounds. It is an Amphi car. Not that many of these made. Triumph Herald Mechanicals. Bodywork looks rather well done. You have to wonder why somebody has not finished it. I'll take their word for it. All the bits to finish it are in there. There's the engine on a crate at the back. Can you just bolt it together and go down the local lake? I don't know. Lot number 194 is a rather beautiful Aston Martin DB4 Series 1 Guided at 430 to 460,000 pounds. It will be a test to see whether it reaches anything like that. Now, what goes in its favour? It is, I think, the third right-hand drive car off the line. The first cars were fitted without overriders, so it does look a bit naked at the front without the overriders. I do like that white border to the grille. Bears the registration WLC433, and it's got a lot of the GT lightweight features. Now it says do not touch, so I'm not going to get thrown out of the auction just for you guys, so apologies for that. It's had a fabulous recommissioning, an engine rebuild of its 4.2 litre engine, and I think the work altogether, now wait for this, the work altogether covers bills for £222,000. This is one very beautiful way to burn a lot of money fast, isn't it? Goodness, I thought I could overspend on projects, but there you go. Almost half the value of that car today. Let's see what the bidders make of it, shall we? Number 199 is this rather splendid Lagonda 2.6 litre drop head, guided at 25 to 35,000 pounds, quite a lot. Apparently this was the car that was the first vehicle, the first model produced when David Brown's owned Aston Martin took over Lagonda to become what's Aston Martin Lagonda from then onwards. Now it did have a huge restoration about 20 years ago, so it's got that sort of slightly nicely patinaed look. I love that detailing on the hood where the sort of hinges on the outside there. I don't know if this particular car is open. Oh, they're suicide doors. I should know that, shouldn't I? Oh, it is. So if you want those so-called suicide doors, maybe this one's the car for you. Could have done with the vac out before bringing it to auction, but that's just a personal opinion. So if you're handy with Henry the Hoover and you're looking for something that represents quite good value, actually, maybe that is the car for you. It does look impeccably well put together, doesn't it? What a sense of occasion arriving somewhere in that one. You even do the odd wedding in it as well. Well, what do people think? Let's see, shall we? Lot number 210 is a 54 Austin Healey 104 with a 2.6 litre four-cylinder Austin engine, guided at not inconsiderable 59 to 69,000 pounds. That's a lot. Why? Well, in actual fact, the registration number ONX apparently gives it away as an ex-factory car, and it's also got the side air intakes, which may indicate it's an experimental vehicle. I mean, clearly after all this time, how are you going to prove that? But nevertheless, it is in splendid condition. It's a bit of a contrast to the MGA we've seen elsewhere in the video and just in the background of this shot. What do you fancy? MGA? Or if you've got a bit more in your budget, do you fancy a possibly quite a significant and historic Healey? I don't know, take your pick. Let's see what the buyers think, shall we? So you'll all know lot number 212. It's a beautiful 74 Alfa Romeo GT3 2000. I think what still classed as a 105 series cars. This particular car has had a full engine rebuild. It's got the Harvey Bailey handling kit as well. It's had a lot of work done to it. Guided at 20 to 25,000 pounds does not sound unreasonable, does it? It's originally a South African market car brought to the UK by its South African owner. Now, it is in lovely order. Haven't got to contend with the left-hand drive, right-hand drive issues being from South Africa. It looks a very honest looking car. I'm pretty sure that these were designed by a very young Giulia at the time as one of his first projects, at least the 105 series cars were. And inside got that long throw gear change. The car is, I think it's open. Oh, it's not open, never mind. Lovely tan leather interior. What do you guys think to that one? I think that looks rather nice, doesn't it? Absolutely lovely. Well, what's it worth? We'll see, shall we? You're all wondering how you're going to get your purchase home. Well, why not bid for a GMC Diamond T Transporter? I think built in the 80s, it's based on a 48 chassis with a 5.7 litre Chevy V8 and an automatic gearbox. Well, I mean, it is the perfect way, the expensive way, but certainly the perfect way to transport your auction buys home, isn't it? And at an auction guide price of £28,000 to £34,000, maybe someone else will agree with us. Lot number 232 is a Chevrolet Impala Sports Coupe, and it's guided a not inconsiderable £36,000 to £42,000, but it's had a full rotisserie restoration. It's got power steering and air conditioning and a 7-litre V8. Don't even ask me about the fuel consumption. It's got that absolutely incredible American style. I don't tend to focus too much on American cars. Not everybody likes them. But honestly, I would struggle to find something I don't like about that one, apart from the fuel consumption. Every part of it is absolutely exquisite. It's a former Texas car, so it should be pretty rust-free to start with. That beautiful pillarless coupe look. And if I had to have an American car, that might be one of the ones I would actually have. Goodness, doesn't that go on and on? I'm going to be walking out the building at this stage to try and get that into shot. I love the fins done absolutely properly. So let's try and get a look from this side at those fins. And you can see the scale of them. That's just ridiculous, isn't it? What an absolutely lovely looking car. Pillarless, as I mentioned. And inside, wait for it, is just as nice. That one actually does deserve to do well, because whoever's restored that has done an absolutely fantastic job. So, without further ado, let's see if the bidders agree with us, shall we? Now, I must admit, I'm slightly struggling with this lot number 236. It is a 1959 Jaguar Special. So far, so good. It's based with a special hand-built aluminium body with an XK150 engine. So far, so good. Apparently, the owner wanted to use a base of an XK150, but mated to a Toyota Supra 5-speed gearbox. Now, it looks very, very well done. There's no question about that. I mean, it has got that sort of 30s Le Mans racer look about it with those aero screens as well. But I ask you, is that worth £125,000 to £135,000? I am really struggling with that one. I'll probably be proved wrong, but well, let's see. What do you think? And let's see what the auction thinks, shall we? I'm not convinced. Number 242 is a Mercedes 190 SL, as you can see. Now, this particular car's from 59, guided at £85,000 to £97,000. Now, the last one I saw these go to auction did struggle a little bit. This one's had £12,000 spent on it recently, and it's got the original number plate of 5BOF, which on its own must be worth some considerable money. I think apparently the top speed, I mean, for 1959, 107 miles an hour was pretty good. Now, very few right-hand drive cars made it to the UK. Purchase tax, import duties were high. We weren't part of the EU then. And this looks rather splendid, doesn't it? Some modern speakers in the back, a period head unit, but maybe DAB, I'm not sure. Becker, Mexico, there you go. Does look in absolutely fantastic order, doesn't it? Is it worth that sort of money? I have seen these struggle. Some people say they're a cut price gull wing in terms of some of the style and those blistered wheel arches and things. But will somebody put their hands in the pocket for that one? I don't know. What do you guys think? So lot number 243 is definitely for high rollers. It's an Aston Martin DB6 Volante. Now wait for it, the guide price is £550,000 to £600,000. Now again, this will be a test of the market. Are buyers there for this sort of car? It is beautiful, fitted from new with power steering and twin carburetors. absolutely glorious paintwork here at Superlega or Superlight bodywork. It is pretty flawless on the paintwork. If you're going to buy one of these, this is undoubtedly a very sound example. Interesting that the owners put the starting procedures there. Wow, quite a lot of instructions there on how to start it. So, but what a beautiful, beautiful car. Just drink that view in. It's very pretty, isn't it? Maybe somebody will spend nearly over $500,000 for that. Famously named after Ferrari's son Dino, who tragically died early, is lot number 248, which is a Ferrari Dino 246 GTS. It is Ferrari Clashy certified as right-hand drive, so it's a genuine car, the correct specification. Now, it's apparently only got 26,000 miles on the clock. Now, that guide price, I think 250 to 270, compared with where these were previously, I think you could have put 50, 60,000 pounds plus on those cars at one stage. It's only sort of 1,000 miles after a major engine rebuild. These are absolutely beautiful, aren't they? Famously driven by Tony Curtis. Oh, that's a lovely feat. Lovely handles on those, isn't it, really? Not over restored inside. Got that open gate gear change. Got lovely Alcantara dashboard in there. It does look in pretty honest order, doesn't it? Sadly, I haven't got that sort of money to spend on a classic car, but if I had, I think this one would probably be in the running. Now, this will be a true test of what the market is. There's quite a few interested buyers on preview day, so let's see whether that translates into bids, shall we? Now, you may struggle to find a Mitsubishi Starion in any format, never mind a rally format, but lot 253, I think is guided at 25 to 35,000 pounds. That's a lot of money, but it is rally prepared. It was prepared for the RAC, or the Roger Albert Clark Rally, as it's now called, in memorial of the famous rally driver. These are pretty rare on the road, must be rare as rally cars. Perspex rear screen, Perspex side screens, fully ready to go, probably with the correct FIA papers, I guess. Should we have a quick look inside? I guess it's got all the timing gear. It does smell a little bit of petrol in there, but let's brush over that, shall we? I'm sure it's fine. There is a fire extinguisher, don't worry. Those high-backed OMP sports seats. Oh, it just looks ready for action, that, doesn't it, really? Full cage. I guess you could have an awful lot of fun in that, couldn't you, really? But 25 to 35,000 pounds, you couldn't build one for that, but will somebody pay that? Let's see. Guided at 26 to 32,000 pounds is lot number 255, which is a Datsun 280Z. Apparently there are just a handful of these cars in the UK. This was imported from the US and it's come out of a restoration, doing just 800 miles since the restoration. Paintwork looks very good. The signal orange stands up really well, doesn't it? Take you a bit low down. It's got those wider sort of samurai type arches, big spoiler on the back, and as I say, a 280Z, far less common than the 240Z. Let's have a look and see if it's open. Oh no, I think this one's locked actually. We'll still fortunately take you inside. And what do you think to that? Leather looks in pretty good order. Some detailing will bring it back. Unfortunately, the sun has affected the dash. I don't know how easy it is to get a dashboard for one of these. I can't imagine it's impossible with the amount that they sold in the USA, a left-hand drive dashboard. Well, let's see what the bidders think that one is worth, shall we? So guided at 75 to 85,000 pounds is lot 262. It's a Giulia Sprint Speciale. Now, my understanding of these is that Zagato rebodied the Giulia, but Bertoni wanted some of the action. So they actually did their own version, the Sprint Speciale, and what an aerodynamic looking car it actually is. There are reputed to be less than maybe 25 of them in the UK. I've heard something like maybe only 500 overall. It was converted to right-hand drive by well-known Alfa, back in the day, Alfa Romeo specialist Rudd Speed, and they did a lot of factory-approved conversions. The car is lovely inside. I mean, that guide price does not look unreasonable, given the quality. Seats look lovely and comfortable in there, don't they? It has been restored to a very, very high standard. It's not got that over shininess that sometimes restorations can have. Looks relatively honest, and I think these are very, very pretty cars. Will it make 75 to 85 in the current market? Now, with AC Cobras, it's a bit difficult to separate the wheat from the chaff, so to speak, but this is one of 37 carbon fibre body cars produced by AC at Brooklands themselves. Recently repainted, it's had £3,000 spent on it, and it's guided at £58,000 to £65,000. Now, you know what, that might well be worth it. I mean, the repaint, the paint quality, let's just take you in and have a look. The paint quality is pretty much without a fault on it. It looks incredible, doesn't it? I mean, if you're going to buy one of these, probably this, on close inspection, does actually match up, doesn't it, really? The fact it's built by AC themselves with the 5-litre V8, that, I guess that's the Mustang engine. Correct me if I'm wrong on that one. I'm sure the comments will light up if I've got that one wrong. Apologies. Looks very nice inside. Not a car for the weather today. Limited wet weather protection. But actually, quite an eyeful, isn't it? And may well make that guide price. Let's see how strong the market is. Number 271 is a Lotus Elite Series 1 from 1959. Now, it's guided at not inconsiderable £45,000 to £50,000, but they only built just over 1,000 of them. And what makes them unusual, it has, I think, a glass fibre monocoque, which is actually load bearing, so not really quite innovative. Very low weight, as you'd expect from Colin Chapman. That was his philosophy, wasn't it? Just make it lighter, basically. It's had a lot of work, new brakes, heaters, hoses, lots of money spent on it. I think there were builds for about £10,000 recently. It's quite pretty, isn't it? I love those door handles. Somebody tell me what they are off and put me out of my misery. We'll have a quick look inside. It does look rather splendid in there, doesn't it? See the suspension turrets at the back, probably the height of those, showing really how low down this car actually is. What a lovely car. Well, strong money, but a really nice car. And sometimes, if the car's right, people will quite rightly pay that sort of money. Well, will they pay for this one? Let's see. So a mere £46,000 to £54,000 may buy you lot number 272, which is a beautiful 1970 Rolls-Royce Silver Shadow two-door fixed-head coupe. As you can see, doesn't this look splendid? Now, the interesting one with this car, it's ex-Sir Richard Attenborough, who was actor, producer, brother to David Attenborough, and this is an absolutely splendid looking car. I'll try and pick up on camera from a different angle the colour, the interior. Goodness, if you could smell this car, it does smell just like an old roller should. Pretty fantastic, almost business class seats in it. Splendid. Some details not quite perfect, but the paint itself looks absolutely splendid, doesn't it? Now, will it be worth that sort of guide money? Well, quite honestly, I think I'll probably be putting my hand in my pocket or taking my hand out to bid for that one, because it looks absolutely glorious, doesn't it? What do you think? And more importantly, what the bidders think of this one, eh? So lot number 282 is a special car. Not only is it a Lotus Elan Sprint, but this is the last fixed head Elan Sprint to be registered. Now, the Elan Sprint was the one to have, I think, with 120 something plus horsepower, not sure exactly. This particular car is in splendid order. I don't know if you make of the colour scheme on that one. It is guided at 29 to 38,000 pounds. It's had a full nut and bolt restoration. You can bet your bottom dollar it's cost us probably as much as the car to do that, to be honest with you. The body is in good order. You can't see too many marks or cracks on it. It does look splendid, doesn't it? And I think somebody's going to get a super looking car with that one. Wouldn't it be nice to have the last one, the last fixed head ever made? Some people prefer the fixed head comfort to a convertible. Inside is just as nice. Some instructions from the current owner. Dashboard, steering wheel's in good order, door cards are in good order. Actually, that is a very well restored, sound looking Elan Sprint. So let's see if the bidders agree with us, shall we? What's it worth? Well, you tell us. So back in the day, you were either in the Vauxhall camp or the Ford camp with the XR2. In the Vauxhall camp had this in it. It is a Vauxhall Nova, 1989, very original car. They've only got about 70 brake horsepower, but they weigh about 800 kilos. So what do you expect? They go rather well. It's got the original Vauxhall wheels on there. Arches look pretty good, rear arches, which is an area where they can go. It's got the correct decals on the back by the look of it. Looks like it's an Irish car by the reg and the dealer plate. This one is guided, I think, at 10 to 15 grand. And you know what? It might even make that. Let's have a look inside. Not sure what's happened to the gear knob. It's sort of an optional extra. Oh, it's there. It does look rather nice. The dash is unmarked. The seats are absolutely lovely. Tiny bit of sag in the seats there in those Recaro style seats. It's got that little, do you remember those fascia C boxes for your cassettes? The original, I'm not sure that's the original, that looks like a later unit that's in there. The radio cassette unit, manual controls for everything. You know what, I think that is going to make all the money because of the originality. People go mad for these, and some would say far better cars than the Ford XR2, and the comments will light up with that one. What do you think to that one? Is it worth all the money? This is the XJC Jaguar. Now this is a beauty. It's a 4.2, not the 5.3, and some would say it's better for it. Guided at 29 to 36,000 pounds, a fraction of the price somebody paid for Harry Metcalf's car at the NEC last year, which was I think 140 grand or something. It is absolutely lovely. Now some people say that they are far better as a 4.2 and a 5.3 in terms of day-to-day running of them. This one's had a huge amount of money. I think it's had a recommissioning bill of £7,500. Now I'm not sure what the colour is. It's on the tip of my tongue, but I can't quite remember it. Oh, it's open. It looks nice in there. Those deep footwells. I'm already in love with the carpet. That's just me because I'm a little bit sad like that, but there you go. That looks lovely. It's going to need a headlining in there. Is that a big deal on these? Might be doing it, might be. Doors seem to shut okay. A little bit of a gap there and the rubber's slightly cracked. If I'm being picky, twin tanks, as you can see. Paintwork quality is not bad. It's obviously had paint because you can see a trace of it on the rubbers. But quite honestly, it does look a very splendid looking car on that P plate. Yeah, I'd have a bash with that one. But will somebody put their hand in their pocket? Let's see. This is an absolutely beautiful colour, isn't it? For this 1980 Rolls-Royce Corniche. Lot 291 is guided at 44 to 54,000 pounds. Seems a lot until you look in the history file. It's got bills for over 25,000 pounds. Now, apparently it was registered in April 1980, and hasn't it done well? I'm not sure if those are the original wheels on it or the later wheels from a Mulsanne. I don't know whether it's been modified or not. They do tend to look rather nice though, don't they? I mean, the paint is splendid. I don't know if it's picking it up here. Sometimes light can really harm you know, the look of the paint. Any imperfections show up, but not in this case. Maybe this one will make the guide price, given the amount of money it's had spent on it. You know what? I wouldn't be entirely surprised. So this beauty is a 66 Mercedes-Benz 300 SE Coupe, guided at a strong 41 to 48,000 pounds, obviously plus fees as well. It's UK registered. It's got the factory, apparently the factory sunroof in it. Now, this was apparently imported in the early 90s. Had quite a lot of work done on it. It is the paintwork is absolutely beyond repair. It's stunning paintwork. Look at this. Not sure if the camera's picking that up. The paintwork alone might justify that. I suspect, like many of these, it's had more spent on it than it's actually going to achieve at auction. But whoever has had this car, let's look at it in profile there. This is a truly, truly elegant looking car, isn't it? From any angle. It could well be worth that money. The only thing that will put me off, obviously, it's left-hand drive. Shall we have a look round it? Well, take a bit longer to look round this one than I'd actually planned, but quite honestly, I'm drawn into it. Look at the walnut-topped instrument binnacle there. I hadn't noticed that before. We'll have a quick look inside, shall we? Does look in great order. Not over-restored in there. And a proper, elegant four-seater of the period. Well, with that guide price, what's it going to make? So only guided at 20 to 30,000 pounds. It seems rather cheap, doesn't it? But it's a Rolls-Royce Camargue. They only made something like 530 of these, and it wasn't exactly a roaring success. At the time of launch, they were about 30,000 pounds, making it the most expensive car in the world at that time. Now, it was a real step change in direction for Rolls-Royce, this angular modern styling after the cars of the 60s, but this particular car was bought by an Arab sheikh. Don't ask me which one, I couldn't pronounce his name. It does seem like an incredible amount of car for the money. Now, it does need a bit of recommission work. Oh, I do like that combination of this sort of light green paint outside. Needs some mattes or certainly a bit of work in there. Left-hand drive only. Leather looks in not bad order. A bit of stitching required in there. It's an incredible amount of car for the money. I mean, what would the equivalent of that be today in terms of value? Doors are incredibly heavy. It's clearly a project for somebody, but it's a rare car and values don't yet reflect the rarity for Camargues. Maybe it's a future investment. Well, let's see if other people agree with us, shall we? So you may well struggle to find one of these at all. It's a Series 2 XJ with a difference, but it's a cabriolet. And one of these was apparently built for the Queen on her visit to Mauritius, sometime probably I guess in the 80s. And somebody a few years into ownership commissioned this one to be built by a company based in Blackpool called Cabriolet International. And you know what? They've actually done quite a half-decent job with that one. Now, it is guided at £9,000 to £12,000. That's not an inconsiderable amount, but the car does retain the roofline of the XJ. So even with the hood up, it does look like an XJ. And a four-seater, that one's open, but a four-seater convertible is going to be a very rare thing, isn't it? It's got sort of strengthening with the bar in the middle. It does look rather well done, I have to say. It doesn't look like somebody's just taken an angle grinder to it. Is it worth at least £9,000? I'm not quite sure. It looks relatively honest. Bit of drama at the bottom of the sill there that somebody might have to have a look at. Engine bay looks relatively honest. Well, what do you make of that? And more importantly, what's the hammer price going to be?